Welcome back. This week concludes our character traits of Christ, the final character trait that I want to focus on, and the one that I believe is the culmination of all of the other traits that we have studied up to this point. And that one is sacrificial love. On John chapter 15, verse 12 through 13, it contains the greatest definition of love from Jesus, in which he says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one of his friends." Now, this is just hours before the crucifixion that Jesus gives this great definition of what love is. That it's not an emotion, but it's a costly self-sacrifice. The phrase he uses here in the Greek to lay down is tithomai, and in the Greek it means to give up or to set aside. It's as if to say to make a voluntary action. So it's not merely just dying for someone else, but surrendering your life willingly. A lot like Jesus in the garden, right? When he asks God to take the cup of wrath from him, but he says, "But not my will be done, but thy will be done." And then he goes to the cross, right? And he declares on the cross that it is finished. "Into your hands I commit myself." Surrendering himself for us. It reminds me of a story about an organ donor I've talked about before. But organ donors, when they give a organ for someone else, it is literally an example of a physical example of sacrificial love, in which they give an organ so that someone else may live. They're literally giving a part of themselves for somebody else, which is exactly what Jesus did for us, right? It's as if he gave his heart so that we may have a heart transplant. And so now it's no longer our heart that beats in our chest when we've received Jesus Christ, but it's his. Just think about that. There's a gentleman by the name of Bill Wall. In 2001, he underwent a heart transplant. Now, this man was unhealthy. He had a horrible lifestyle, and because of that, his heart had paid the price. And he was in critical condition, in need of a heart transplant. His donor was Michael Brady. Now, Michael Brady was a 36-year-old stuntman, known professionally as Brady Michaels. He specialized in aerial skydiving stunts. He prepared in action films, TV shows, commercials. But tragically, he died on one of his stunts in which he leapt and missed the train in this television show. After the transplant, Wohl had reported experiencing significant changes in his personality and preferences. He became more athletic. He developed new tastes, such as the appreciation for the music of Sade. Coincidentally, this was a taste of his donor. These changes led him to wonder if aspects of Michael Brady's personality had been transferred to him along with his heart. Think about that. So we have received Christ's heart through his sacrificial love. So now it is that heart that beats in us, that pumps the very life that we live, which means our tastes, our preferences, our personality even ought to be developing and changing to be more like Christ. The culmination of all of those characteristics that we've talked about over these last several weeks. So what does sacrificial love mean? Well, it means it's a love that's going to cost something genuine, right? It's something that's going to hurt, to give up. That is a part of what sacrificial love is like. It is prioritizing others before ourselves, motivated by the good of others instead of our own personal gain. It's a reflection of God's character in Christ and his example. And it is that culmination of the sacrificial love that Jesus showed for us on the cross. So it's a life transformed and a life willing to be laid down for others and for the good of others. So this week and the weeks ahead and the months and the years ahead, I encourage you to reflect on your own personal relationships and situations and look at areas in your life in which you may be able to bestow some sacrificial love. Maybe write down what it will cost you. Maybe it's going to cost you some time, some comfort, your pride, or some resources. And then what things you'll have to do to display sacrificial love in those moments. And then go and begin doing it. Be intentional to lay down your life for others sacrificially, just as Christ has done for you. May God bless you. I encourage you as you try this and work through this together. And may we just continue to beat with Christ's heart, not our own. God bless you.